What is going on? I'm Zedmont. Little bit behind on the videos today. The reason for that is I wanted to get some 4 engine room gameplay out to you guys, and I started late in the warship, so we're gonna jump in right now. Now, this season of Warships is all about the ups and the downs. I started on the up, and now we are in the down, because the longer you sit at an engine room level, the more defenses that get piled up there. People have machine guns. They've got machine guns in the choice node. They've got boom cannons. Now, I wanted to show you one more tech tree decision that people have been doing that is very, very interesting. So, for those of you following along, or who can see the screen right now, I suppose, I went something like this, and that is a rush to get to Seekers, a rush to get to 4 engine rooms. Some other players did a very, very different approach, which I didn't think was going to be viable, but they have been crushing it. So people have gone this route right here into Cryo Bombardiers. So if you don't have instant training and you're not quite there yet, you can go this red route and you're going to end up with Cryo Bombardiers, and those Cryo Bombardiers are not going to have flares, but it's going to work extremely, extremely well because your Cryo Bombardiers aren't going to die. So if you're farther behind in the season, give that a thought. One other thing that I've done on my other account, so let's just get some more colors here one more time. Trying to keep this brief, I, as you saw, went this road. Some other people on my other account, some other people have mentioned that they went like this, and they went to get troop health. Little off the road, little detour, but you're still going to be able to get into 4 engine rooms. It's just going to add a day or so. So if you're going to stick around at the 3 engine room level, that might be an option as well, especially if you don't have instant training, because I am starting to fizzle. Once people start to get more defenses, as soon as I load a base, I can see if I'm going to fizzle or not. And fizzle is not necessarily the right word, but so this one looks reasonable. This one looks like something we can do without a heck of a lot of effort. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 boats of the heavies, trying to get them running as fast as we possibly can. As soon as they get close to that flag, we're going to get our flare going. You'll notice I was like a second late. 1 or 2 of my heavies took a slight right turn there, but we should still be okay. Now, this base, there's a lot of boom mines, a lot of flamethrowers, but we should be okay. Now, all I need to do at this point is make for certain that my flare gets there before the flare expires. We are on pace for a 2-minute 51-second time. I can tell you right now that as long as I don't screw up too much, we should be okay. Now, if you're wondering why I'm doing the back engine rooms first, this is the reason right here. You'll notice that my heavies back there are going to start farming some GBE as soon as we get there. Didn't quite work out, but what you can do is you can have your heavies walking up this ramp towards the flag, and your heavies at the back are going to end up farming some extra gunboat energy. I ended up making a little bit of a mistake there, as you saw. I said I was going to be 251. I made a bit of a timing mistake, and as a result, we're 246. So should have flared this engine room way sooner. I was trying to farm some GBE, even though there was no need for GBE, because this person didn't have the defenses to block me. LEI, Lay, whatever the heck you want to call them, I've played them every season. I recognize that name. If you're out there, welcome, hello, thanks for the hit. You kicked my butt. As you can see in my replay log, I am not doing well, and it's going to be not doing well for a while, because 4 engine rooms, I feel like I'm going to get absolutely crushed. Like I mentioned, I am behind this season. I started a little bit late. Now, sometimes you want to go all your boats for these right-hand engine rooms, sometimes not. This one is on the fence. I feel like I should be able to get this. We're going to go the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, Heavy Rush, for me, is not something super duper enjoyable. I get very, very bored of Heavy Rush. Now, one thing to note, with regular Boom Beach, you can see the edge of the map. With warships, for whatever reason, they don't show that edge, which is somewhat frustrating to me, but I'm really, really hopeful that we can get all of our troops back in there. Squeezing past some of those boom mines is the goal, and then hopefully, I think we managed to miss maybe one of them, and we've also saved a flare in the process. Let's get over onto this one. We're going to throw a shock right there. Don't need a ton of of GBE for any of these attacks. Now I just need to figure out when the heck I'm going to drop these guys. So dropping the right-hand side heavies is a bit of a thing where I'm just trying to get the timing down pat, and I haven't quite got it there. As you saw, some of my heavies went off to that left, so now just gonna throw all the rest of my GBE into those flares because there's nothing else we can do with it. And I said my times are typically 251, and one more time, just not fast enough. 246 should be at 251, 252 if you follow general back to front timelines. Nikita. Sorry. We got a draw. I love draws. Draws right now are super, super fantastic. I mean, just staying put, not going up or down is totally, totally acceptable. I am fully aware that I am choosing the win later approach, and I just hope that it actually works out. So now, what I've been doing on these kind of bases is, if any of you have ever played with heavies and warriors, you'll recognize this strategy. What we're going to do is we're going to get one boat of heavies out front, because boom mines are absolutely lethal if you let them be. And same thing with mines. So by not clumping our troops up, we can likely save a couple troops' lives, and that's going to be incredibly, incredibly useful once we get in towards the back. So you'll see only lost a couple troops to those boom mines by simply grouping them up and getting all of our heavies, sorry, not grouping them up, I should say. Boom mines do extremely, extremely well when you group up your troops, and we're hoping to get that single line of troops through, and then getting all the rest of our flares onto that engine room. Should be around 310, 311, there we go, 311. So pulling out the victory. That grouped up stuff, not the answer. This person could have crushed me if they would have put some stuff up here, but A13 giving us the easy victory. And let's see what troops they're using. They are using all heavies too, so they are fully aware of the splitting of troops, and not quite sure why they went for that base. Maybe that minefield works well against people who aren't using ground flares, so maybe there's a tip: use ground flares with your heavies. And see, they used 8 boats and just went around all my stuff and still got 251. Just shows you that, you know what, let's show that replay, because clearly I'm doing something not optimal. So they're coming around all of my boom mines. I am fully aware that I need to fix my boom mines. My boom mines are not doing much. My base is not one you'd like to copy. Now what are they up to? So, I mean, 251 with bad timings. Like, you see that those flares aren't optimal, and so don't follow my attacks whatsoever. Just not good at all. More importantly, though, look at... I thought we were in to the 4 engine room. Clearly, I had forgotten the fact that we're only down in the iron tier, and we're only getting 13 per chest. Needed to get 15, I don't know, 16, something like that. Big, big failure on my part. That was not awesome. Anyways, wanted to show you guys that tech tree. Couple different variations of it. I've seen a lot of people who are using Everspark. If you are one of those people using Everspark, please let me know why, because 42 keys for Everspark when we're going to be forced to get bullet right about here just doesn't seem like the right answer, but maybe that's a win now solution. Otherwise, I'm seeing a lot of people going back for machine guns. Machine guns seem to be the answer at the moment. Now, one more quick detail. If we have a look at this part of the tech tree, just because I love drawing on the screen, let me know what you think about the drawing bit. We are not going to be upgrading smoke. We're not going to be upgrading medics. We don't need to upgrade anything in here. So all we really need tokens for are these 2 things right in here. So going forward, you can go ahead and upgrade all of your stuff here. I mean, my flares have already upgraded to level 4. My choice node is snipers, so I am likely going to upgrade my snipers to max, then my flamethrowers to max, then my mortars to max. I don't see any reason why not to do that. First of all, we should upgrade our shocks to max, though, because getting in and shocking things and getting a couple extra seconds could be the difference between winning and losing in the next little bit. So 3 engine rooms starting to get very, very dangerous. I'm going to be jumping into 4 as soon as I possibly can. I was really hoping to do that in this video, but as you saw there, I don't know how to do simple addition. Face, palm, and a half. So again, with these sort of bases, you just have to flare a little bit smartly, I think. I mean, we're going to quickly see if that's the case. This person's mines just built up against people using heavies and bombardiers, I think. If you have an idea of what the heck this base is for, those mines look like they're in a terrible spot, but maybe it's good enough, and maybe that's all they need is just to get you going wide around them to slow you down a little bit. And then we're just going to get right in to the engine rooms. There's a lot of mines still in play, unfortunately. Thankfully, we've got our friends, the shock, upgraded a little bit. I am not using them terribly well, as you can see there, but look at this. Just so many defenses all on our heavies at one time. Now, this is a season where there's a lot of people grumbling about pay to win simply because look how many troops we've lost. I mean, that was a fairly straightforward attack where I used flares pretty smartly. I had good shocks, and we lost a whole lot of heavies. So Dream Shake's base, a little bit confusing. I feel like they're building their base for someone coming in with heavy Zooka potentially, but we have already finished all of their engine rooms. Now we get to watch them come in. So I have seen a lot of people using heavy Zooka cryo with Sparky. You can always tell because their attacks are incredibly long, but maybe they're banking on people just utterly failing on their base. So, or maybe they don't have instant training. There's a lot of different varieties and reasons for people to make choices in the tech tree, and not having instant training is definitely one of them. So do let me know, oh, that's a bad choice, my friend Dream Shake. You should just be trying to complete. Oh, that is going to be super risky. I like it, but it's not the right call, I don't think. Come on, there we go, perfect. Dream Shake gets all 3 engine rooms. My base is not strong enough to stop people, but so far I am avoiding this pull. I always have this pull right about now when I start to lose. Like, mines are just so appealing. Machine guns are so appealing, but I'm going to hold off and likely start losing a heck of a lot until I can get into 4 engine rooms, and just knowing that Seekers are going to be there for me when I can get that far. But there's a huge win now or win later thing in Warships. I could be possibly in gold if I went cryo bombardiers with boom cannons. Maybe if I went back and got machine guns. So let me know if you're going to stick around in 3 engine rooms and beef it up a little bit, or if you're rushing to get into Seekers. Anyways, that's all for me. Today is December 29th. 2021 is almost here. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont, who can't do math. Peace!